Right, good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to VP4TV for yet another Virtual 9-Ball World Championship match, a round 2 match today between Coldest Pillow, representing Wales, and Interchangex from the USA, going ahead at the top of the hour, race to 19. Steve said he intended to be here. That's what he said to me last night. There's been no evidence of Steve in the lobby, so he's either forgotten about it, slept in, gone to play golf, or something else has cropped up, but he's still not in the lobby, so we're going to have to tab out and check if he's in Discord. One quick bit of information, there has been an update to the schedule, and the major change has been the match between Albinario and Cobra, which they decided they got their wires crossed for the time of the match. It was originally arranged for 9 a.m. on Monday morning, my time, British summertime. That has since been, the schedule was reopened for that match, and they've arranged it for Monday evening. Now, Monday evening at 8 p.m. What I'm going to say is that on the original time, One Pocket Slim was going to be getting up early to stream that match, and One Pocket Slim should be around on Monday, provided he had the intention of playing 9-ball Scottish doubles, in which case he can still stream that match. I've got no problem with that. I don't want to be stepping on his toes when he was going to go to the bother of getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to stream the original scheduled match. So that match will be Slim's unless I hear otherwise. But also we have a match between Acero and Spectre Dawn, which is either, is it round 2 or round 3? I haven't checked. But anyway, it's not a first round match because obviously Acero put Bedhead out to the one-loss side. But that's going ahead on Wednesday afternoon at 2 p.m. Now, the good news for me is I'll be off work. That's my first day off on Wednesday. And it's at 2 p.m. Obviously, the time zone difference is the issue there, with Acero being 8 hours in front. But I will be there for that one. I will be streaming that match. We've got Larry and Polkabout on the one-loss side on Thursday. Tell a lie, it's not this Wednesday, it's next Wednesday. I've just realised that it's June the 4th. But anyway, that still applies. I'll still be there, God willing, as they say. But Larry and Polkabout on the one-loss side, they're going ahead at 8 p.m. on Tuesday evening, and that is when I am preparing for my days off, and I will be there for that one. We've got LS3 and Sergaresh going at it on the one-loss side at 7:30 on Sunday evening, and I should be around for that. So that's where we stand. But in the meantime, the match we have today is the Coldest Pillow Interchangex match. Welcome, everybody. Whoever I've missed, Bill, Larry. He's practicing in the wrong room. It won't matter. Steve arrived, so he is there. Right, so it's a couple of minutes to go. No doubt that he's probably jumped into Discord. I will just check that. Good morning, and here we go again with the delay in Discord and firing up. I'm looking to see if my vocals are changing in Discord, and at the moment nothing's happening. I might have to go in and reset that. Yeah, this. Hello.
Yep, now you're there.
Yeah, it takes a while for it to kick in, this thing. I don't know why, but anyway, welcome to Steve. The story of this match could be Coldest Pillow tearing a new one for Interchangex, or Interchangex getting wise and causing Coldest Pillow problems. I don't know how really it's going to go, but Coldest Pillow is going to be up and at him. I think he's going to be the favourite, but I don't know. Strange things happen, but I don't know how you see it.
Well, I don't know. I think it could go either way. I mean, both these guys are up-and-coming players. They've both been competing well in the World Championships. I think it's going to be who shows up today. It's both these guys have times where they make too many mistakes. So I think the guy that can come out and get it rolling early and play clean is the guy that is going to win this match. But I expect this to be a very close match.
Slim, maybe I've said this before you arrived, but you had arranged to cover that match with Albinario and Cobra, getting up at 3 a.m. If you're still around on Monday evening my time, you can do that match because you're the one that nominated to do it, even though they've changed and the time zone's obviously different. If you're going to be around Monday, then it's all yours. I've got no problem with that. The LS3 match, was that tonight, you said? Because I need to go and get my dinner. I've actually had nothing much to eat.
So we've got some strong opinions here. I see a CP all the way. So
Right.
just in case you guys have forgotten, Interchangex lost in the final of the 10 ball 21-19 against Cobra. I mean, that's pretty strong. I mean, based on that, you almost got to favor him because 10 ball is a rotation game, and he went all the way to the final and was close to winning. So
that's why I don't understand how this could go. Well, that's a terrible lag for a start. That's Interchangex on the left-hand side. Didn't even get to the halfway line.
Yeah.
So off we
although
go.
in this game, it doesn't matter as much. I mean, in straight pull, it's a huge thing to lose the lag. But in this game, especially in a race to 19, it's really not going to matter that much. Of course, if the guy breaks and runs 10 off the bat, then maybe it does.
I don't think he'll be potting this 2-ball. On the tell a lie, I thought the one had gone. He's on he's not really on the one, but is he going to try and bank it in past the 2?
No, 3 rails. What's he doing? Oh, that's a terrible shot. See, the shot there is to go behind those balls 3 rails and bring the cue ball down towards the 9 ball. Then you get an easy shot on the 2. I'm not sure what he was thinking there.
Well, Coldest Pillow is the Friday night 9-ball champion, and he scalped Spectre Dawn in the final, I believe.
Well, he didn't get there playing that kind of shot. Well, that's a pretty good
attempt. Lucky? Is he getting lucky? Well, he should be in bother again here.
I wouldn't consider that lucky because he should be locked up here. You just got to decide how you're going to get him, because if you're going to play for the 6 ball, then it's maybe a little trickier.
What about going? Well, mind you, if you hit that too far, if you're going to try and go behind the 7 and 5 and use them, the 2's probably going to leak out. Well, that looks good.
That's excellent. I mean, he got the 2 ball way up where he needed to, even if it leaked past the 6. And that's very good. It's not a gimme kick here. I think he's going to have to put a little. Well, going that way is better, the way he's looking. He should be able to hit this. There is a chance of scratching off the 2. Typically you'd play away from the 5 ball just to give yourself more room. Now he's going this way with English, which is a little trickier. Yeah, and
too tricky.
Just misjudged it. It misjudged the speed.
Well, this is the exercise that every player who intends to do well in this tournament should be doing well in terms of ball in hand. The table at his mercy, he should be getting out.
Yeah, one thing about Interchangex, I don't know how much he's playing. I mean, he works and has a family, so he's.
Yeah, I don't think he really doesn't get a lot of table times. Well, if he's on US time, obviously I don't see him, but I don't think he plays an awful lot. He's up and around for these tournaments when they're on, but that's about it as far as I can see, unless anybody can tell me different.
I've seen him in the lobby a little bit lately. But,
is he? Well, he'll play it in the side, will he?
Yeah, he'll probably just roll forward or come back and play it on the side.
Well, did you catch the end of that match, Steve? The one I was talking about?
I have not watched it yet, but I'd like to. I've been very busy.
you just need to watch the last 4 racks.
I'm a little surprised he's not shooting this in the corner. I thought it was a lot easier shot to shoot that in the corner and draw it back a little and
Yeah, he's got himself too straight here. He's too straight.
I mean, I don't really like that choice. He chose the harder shot, and but
he hasn't even could have done with getting into it a wee bit more, but
yeah,
the first test.
It looks like he's going to get there, or he should.
Yeah. I presume everybody's coming through loud and clear, guys. You would tell us otherwise.
Well, he's breaking from the center, and he's doing a cut break. So he cut break from the center of the table.
I don't think he's got a shot, though.
It'll go, but I'm not sure you want to shoot it. It's very tight. It'll go by the 3, I think, at slow speed, but that's you're asking not to make it shooting that shot. I would be playing safer.
Can you not punch that 3 rails and follow and send it between the 5 and 6 and try and duck with the cue ball?
Yeah, he can. He can cut the 1 on the side too, but that's a crazy shot because you can't control the cue ball.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah. I think he can go those 3 rails and try and duck here.
I do too. I like that shot. He looks like he might be trying to bank this, or maybe he's going to take the cue ball straight down the table.
Well, I don't know that was the best idea.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do, but whatever it was, it didn't work well.
Well, as far as I could see, there was a good line of balls to try and duck with the cue ball. So why he didn't see that shot, I don't know. But anyway, it's given Coldest Pillow his first opportunity. Now, yes, he was going to bump the 9. The 9's still in play. So this is the one that will make or break it getting to the 4.
Yep. Yeah. I think he's just going to draw this. So he's going to play he's just going to play I'm going to make sure I get a shot on it shot, which makes this a little trickier, but still doable. I mean, yeah, well done.
Yeah. Welcome to Brainfill Out.
Well, this match could come down to who does the little things well, because we've seen both these guys make mistakes. Coldest Pillow a cue ball mistake, and Interchangex a mistake on. I'm assuming that was a safety. I'm not sure.
Well, to use a Stephen Hendry line, which he uses all the time in snooker, it's the simple shots, the simple mistakes that lose you matches. So it's the less numpty stuff that we see, the more likely we'll have a good match.
Well, I don't think we'll see a lot of missed balls or those kind of mistakes here with these guys. But I think we will see some mistakes on strategy choices of how to move the cue ball, safeties, that sort of stuff. He doesn't have a shot unless he wants to cut this.
Right, there's a cut. Again, I would cut. I think you could cut this and try and get it between the 5 and 9 to the short rail. Well, he's fouled the 2. Yeah. Would you believe it? Well, talking about numpty mistakes, he duly obliges.
That's the old I wish it's going to go by. And
yeah, I don't think that was ever going to happen.
Maybe a little nerve still.
So 1 and 2, not a problem. Got to have the line in the 3 to come back for this 4, and he's got the line. That's perfect. Little stunny draw. Now, can he get out of there? That's the question. Can he get out? He's going to have to blast through these, I think, unless he digs in and spins it.
You can draw this back. It'll come out.
Yeah.
He's probably going to play the short side of the 5.
Yeah, and that's well, he's ended up fluking the 4. Oh, I thought he was going to pot the 9 as well, just to rub it in Interchangex' face there. Well, you'll do well to get this and get the 6.
This isn't too bad. You just bank it. You bank it and take the cue ball goes back in front of the 5. You know, this is a pretty straightforward bank shot to get on the 6. That's what he should be doing. He's going to get crazy here.
Yeah, that's asking a lot. He might get the bump. He might get the bump. He might hook himself. Oh, he's got the bump.
Boy,
that was sweet.
He must have gone to church this morning.
That was very sweet. So just needs that. He wants the inside angle in this 8 ball because you want to roll it up and let the cue ball just do its thing. That's what he really wants. I think the inside angle is far simpler. You're just rolling the 8 ball up and the cue ball's opening out. That's what he's doing.
Yep,
that's exactly perfect. What he's doing. Perfect. Just let this cue ball run out.
I think, you know, when you play a guy like Coldest Pillow, you just got to be prepared for stuff like this to happen because he's going to hit the ball pretty hard. And guys that hit the ball hard, you know, get lucky a lot. But, you know, bad things will happen to him also doing that. As an opponent, you just got to realize that that's going to happen more with him. Well, look at that 6 ball. That thing is not in a very good spot.
Well, I
don't think you can make that ball, to be honest with you. That's going to have to get moved.
That 1 doesn't bank. I think the 6 too much in the way.
Well, it banks, but it's really tight. I wouldn't be shooting that. This has put him on the 3 ball right here. This is a little spinner. This shot, you want to really spin it up. See?
Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Beautiful.
Yep.
Lovely shot. Let's see that again. Lovely weight. Perfect. Replay's working.
I would have hit the 1 a little lighter and spun it more, but he got what he needed to.
So Coldest Pillow with the attempted kick, but we all know where this rack's going to be won and lost. That 6 ball, that's in an ugly place. That's too narrow. Now, let's have a look at this. Yeah, that's absolutely horrible, that 6 ball.
And it's the little things. This is what you don't want to do when you're kicking. Yeah, I mean, maybe you don't have a good enough feel for that re-railer to hit the 1 ball exactly the way you want, but to miss it completely is that's how you lose matches.
Now, he's not going to get crazy here. Yes, he is getting crazy. Yeah, I thought that. Can you try and bump the 6 and play and get good in the 2? He's got a cut.
I mean, he had to do it. I mean, he wasn't going to run out without getting that 6 ball off that spot.
I think he's trying to use the 9 ball here.
Boy. Yeah,
he's trying to use the 9 ball. He's going to have to dig in a wee bit, though.
He's going to have to throw this a little, I think, to get it to cut enough.
Yeah, there you go. Commentator's eye. Oh, what a minute. That's terrible. There you go. That's what can happen.
Yeah, well, I mean,
got the first 2 parts of it right, but the 9 ball running out to the 3s blocked him off. Well, he can see the edge, but not an awful lot he can do.
He's going to, you thin this and you take the cue ball towards the 7. You thin this with right English. That's what he's going to do. Yeah, he didn't get it turned. He didn't get it turned over enough. He didn't have enough English on it, or maybe he hit the 3 ball a little too thick. Either way, it didn't get there.
Well, surely the target now is the 7 ball using the 9, isn't it? I mean, you bump the 3 up the table, run the cue ball back towards the 7, but then again, the 3's going to be wide open. That's the problem with this. You have to get covered with the cue ball.
No, you don't. You hit the 3 a little thinner and spin it to get it back there. That way, the 3 doesn't go too far.
Well, he looks as if he's drawing it.
I mean, if you're bumping the 7 gently, there's almost no way he's going to have a shot, even if the 3 goes up table. Now, he's just playing a real simple one, and sometimes that's good enough.
Well, this is first opportunity for Interchangex to try the jump shot. I don't think he's interested in the slightest. He's not even even giving it a look.
I like kicking this towards the pocket where the 7 is because you can get cover on the 6. Although he did try the jump shot.
Yeah. I forgot to say welcome to Yamaguchi Taru. I noticed he was in the chat a little bit earlier there. Welcome to Larry. Welcome to Vince Says. So here's the first opportunity for daylight between the two players.
Yeah, this is...
well, you've got to be careful with this because this could go funny.
Yeah, this is pretty routine for
he's got
somebody like Coldest Pillow. He runs balls very well now. And he's more of an area position player, not a precise player. He's okay. But, area position players, he plays kind of a little more freewheeling style, a little more just, let it go, play fast. And he plays area position, but that can be a very effective way to play.
Three balls going in.
Yep.
One ball's wide open, two's there, and the table's yours.
He's got a great table. I think one difference between these two players is that I don't think Coldest Pillow feels pressure. I mean, the way he plays, I just don't think he ever feels pressure. I know Interchangex does sometimes. He's come huge strides in getting over it. I mean, you can see by the last 10-ball championship how much more comfortable he is. But I don't think Coldest Pillow's ever been scared in his whole life.
Well, he hasn't had to play stub in a tournament yet.
I'll tell you what, that's a huge thing. I mean, if you can not be scared, I mean, that's really a requirement to play great pool is not being scared.
Well, the early advantage to Coldest Pillow. Many alarm bells ringing here for Interchangex.
Yeah, matches early. He was down on some of those matches in the 10-ball, and it didn't seem to bother him. So I doubt it will here either. Yep, got a ball in, got a shot, got a good table. This one's a little harder than the last one.
Bank the 1.
No, I think he'll cut it.
Is he going to thin it? Yeah, and he gets a nice kick in the 2 as well.
Well, when you're a player like Coldest Pillow, you're just not gonna worry too much about running in the ball sometimes, and in 9-ball it can be pretty effective because there's a lot of open space on the table. Uh-oh, this looks like trouble.
You said it. That was the only way that was going to go wrong, is going over there to that area. So,
yeah, but again,
you just going to spin into the back of it. He might leave a combo on. I mean, if he does that, we could regret that.
Boy, I don't like that play.
Yeah, I mean, this is comboed every day of the week. This 9-ball.
I might try to hit it hard and stick it there and take a whack at the 9 and see if get the 4-ball to go up table. And
but I've done something better than that because, I mean, that was written on the wall. Everybody could see that. Coldest Pillow was the only one that didn't. That's a rookie error there if ever I've seen one. So that's a bonus for Interchangex. Now, I heard something go. He's got the 1 in the side. The 2-ball is...
He does not have much here, but he's got a very easy safety.
Yeah, he's going to bury him.
And if he gets right up on it, which he did, now that's the way you play
Now,
safe.
has that cut the rail out? Oh, that's more than cut the rail out. Yeah.
He takes the kicking lane out. This is bad enough that you may want to consider trying to make the table tougher. He does have a 2-rail kick. I'm not sure what he's looking at here. If this, well, that's not the way I would have tried to make the table tougher, although that was a hell of a shot. I mean, that was too difficult, but he hit it good.
Now, do you cut this? Well, let me have a look.
He's just going to take a whack at the 9, which is the right play here. There's enough trouble. Why not?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best option at the moment, the way the table is sitting, that 3-ball tied up. Yeah. A couple of bonuses here for Interchangex to keep him in touch.
2 shots and...
it's suddenly how things change, isn't it? How things change. He's 4-1 down. It's looking a bit ropey early on, and suddenly he's back in it.
Well, he played a pretty lock-up safe there. I mean, that was... And as we saw in the 10-ball championship, his break was very good, and it's looking like he's got this 9-ball break figure, too. I mean, that was one of the keys for him competing was his break.
One ball just stays in play. Now, what does he do here? Does he go?
Here. Well, he's got a couple choices. He can go back and
2 rails with a thin cut. Yeah, 2 rails.
He can hit a kill shot here, too. I mean, it just kind of depends. I'd go back and forth myself because I think it's just a little more reliable. But the kill shot gets you better position.
I'll do it.
Yep, and that's
good enough in my book, that one.
That's actually really good because he got straight enough that it's easy to get on the 4-ball. So, yeah, I don't think he was too worried when it was down 4-1. He's going to be a tough customer in these World Championships from now on because he just seems like he's gotten over his nerves, and that's what held him back.
Right, this is where you get right up the table. You don't hit anything short here. So we're back on par.
I'll tell you what, these World Championships are changing. Even though Cobra's won the 2 in a row, you got guys like these 2 that, are capable of winning. They're going to be a lot more competitive. Watch out. Oh.
Well, that 1 ball's going to be awkward. I mean, he can go 2 rails again with a thin cut and blast this one up in the corner pocket.
Yeah.
Bound to have a shot in the 2 of some description.
It's probably easier to cut in the corner. It does go on the side. I think he'll probably cut it in the corner. You can play safe here, too. I mean, he's got the 4-8-9. Put the 1 down on the end rail. And
with tables like this, these guys in VP4 don't play safe. Or at least it looks as if he is, though.
Yeah, he's going the other way, which I don't really like this shot. I think he's doing this because the 2-ball provides a little bit of cover.
Yeah.
But he didn't have a very good chance of getting a snooker there. But, on the other hand, know your opponent. Can Coldest Pillow beat him in the moving game? And I'm thinking that's where Interchangex has an advantage.
Well, this is the thing. Coldest Pillows, when you're in these tournaments, you're going to be put through the mill in various forms. It's not just about potting balls, and having nice tables. It's about dealing with situations like this, and he hasn't dealt with that very well.
Poor. I mean, he could have just taken it. He could have just hit that almost straight on, cut it a little, and gone 4 rails and put it on the end rail on the middle diamond behind the 9. And even if you don't get it, you've left the cue ball up table.
I mean, there's the clues are there for Interchangex straight away. You know, just get down and dirty and make things a wee bit awkward and see how Coldest Pillow handles it.
Yeah, well, if I recall, he played a lot of safeties in that 10-ball championship. And that's how you win, especially if you're playing a better player. I played a lot of champions, and one of the keys to beating them is just play tight. You know, don't take big risks. Play safe.
Well, don't try and beat them at the shooting game, but you know, be wise, use your head.
Well, the thing is what you find when you play those guys, they do the same thing. They
Exactly. Yeah.
That's why they're good. There's a famous story
That's a
about
good shot.
Steve Meserek went to Japan, and they were interviewing him. It was a 9-ball tournament, and the press was interviewing him, and they said, you know, we noticed that you know, you Americans play a lot of safeties. The Japanese players don't like to do that. And he said, well, let me ask you a question. Do the Japanese players gamble? And the press guy said, no. And he said, when they start gambling, they'll start playing safe.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a pretty good, that was a pretty good answer.
So you lost one of your famous pool players the other day at the age of 80.
Oh, who died?
Who was it again? Somebody will say. Larry will say. I've forgotten his name already. He was 80. Tell us who it was, Larry, because I've forgotten. Buddy.
Oh, was it Buddy Hall?
Yeah. He passed away. Oh, dear. Well, there's the first howler. The first howler of the day from Interchangex. And that's how to hand it straight back to your opponent doing stuff like that. Missing a 9-ball.
And he's had a tendency to miss a few balls like that you think he probably shouldn't. But, you know, you just can't let it bother you.
Any thoughts on the Rifleman, says One Pocket Slim. He was beating Efren when he first came over.
Well, he's a great player. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Guy could really play.
Well, here could be a big swing back in Coldest Pillow's favour. Tell a lie, how's Interchangex back at the table? I was looking at the chat there. Was that a dry break from Coldest Pillow? It must have been.
Well, he beat a buddy of mine in the final of the U.S. Open, Tang Ho. Tang Ho came in second. Buddy beat him in the final. U.S. Open 9-ball. Uh-oh.
Oh, dude, he's done it again.
Oh, boy.
Hung the 4 this time, trying to be cute and holding for the 5.
That little slow speed hit, you know, the ball's going to throw more at that speed.
You know, why don't you just cut it with a wee bit of pace, maybe go a couple of rails out into the table or something? I don't know, but you're trying to baby these things in. As soon as it catches any of that knuckle and these deeper shells are just going to hang up. Well, there will be a swing here now with that mistake.
Well, he certainly didn't play as good as Efren, but he was definitely one of the great players. I mean, especially in this country.
I've got a question to ask you, Steve. See this sort of this thing you're doing to VP4 that you're not telling us anything about? Like most gaming companies nowadays, you've seen it all over YouTube. Anybody that's got a game in the pipeline or they're doing something in the pipeline,
there's no secrets, but a lot of what I'm doing, you just won't even notice. So, well, you know, that's the thing is I do things and you don't see any difference. So why should I tell you about it?
Well, I mean, it depends what sort of update you're doing, whether it's something that's major or whatever. But whatever it is, why don't you think about doing blog posts or blog videos on YouTube and try and generate a bit of interest?
That's what I got this stream for.
Be proactive. Because every other, I mean, what's that what's that game that's coming out? There's a game called Australian Truck Drivers coming out. They've already got a video up, and they've got a free demo coming out in three or 4 days' time. So they're doing the promotional side of it just to gain interest. And there's guys been given keys to test the thing. So this is all in the premonition that they're going to be releasing it, in the next number of months. But again, it's all about letting people know that the thing is there.
Well, it's a little different when you're releasing a new game.
Yeah. Well, but any major updates or any major changes, put the teasers out.
Well, I don't think you consider these major. Like, one of the things I've been working on is doing 64-bit version. You're not even going to care about that.
Well, I mean,
I have a tremendous amount of work.
Everybody's 64-bit nowadays, anyway. I would imagine so, unless you've got a really old computer.
Well, you still have to support 32-bit, unfortunately, or I will have to, because there's a lot of people playing Virtual Pool that do have old computers. But that's been a lot of work. And I've been doing localization. That's a lot of work.
Well, suddenly we've got a 3-rack gap here. And Interchangex is going to have to do it all again.
So
Coldest pillow comes up dry and nothing doing.
The first language done, which I know you're just so excited to hear.
The first what?
Since you asked about it, the first language that was localized is Vietnamese.
So you haven't got Stubbish in yet. I'll help you with that.
Yeah. So the Vietnamese localization, it's already been done for the iPhone. I've got it working on the PC. It hadn't been released. So I'm probably going to do some European languages too.
Yeah, like English. Yeah, try and get English done right at least.
Well, the thing is there's places like Vietnam and China, and a lot of people don't speak English. In Europe, a lot of people speak English, so it wasn't as important. But it would still be nice to localize.
If it was, I mean, if it was more user friendly in that respect, yes. People that come here, it's a strange place, a strange language. It's not their first language. If it was more easily navigable by having their own localization, then they've no excuses for saying I can't find my way around. So we're getting a little bit of the ducking and diving going on, and Interchangex has to win this ducking and diving in the common racks.
It's basically been a 4-game swing on shots he's missed and he shouldn't have missed.
I think he's leaked it out, though. He's hit it too hard.
And this is going to hurt because it's going to be a 2-9 combo.
Yeah, he's going to have to manufacture it, but I mean, if he's sitting reasonable enough, it shouldn't be that difficult.
This should be really easy. I mean, where those balls are sitting, and he's got a nice angle. I mean, this is hard to miss.
I would have still liked to have been in a better line than this, though.
Oh, I think this is near perfect. What are you kidding?
Well, he's cutting across it, but I'd rather be staring it down rather than this.
No, he's hitting a 2-ball almost dead on. That's about as easy as you can get right there.
I would have liked to easier than that.
Well, you want the 9-ball hanging in the pocket?
I'm being picky. I don't trust my eyes enough. That's dry again. And it's a 4, no, it isn't. 7 balls going in at the last breath. Well, and here we go again with a 1-9 combo. This could be tragic here for Interchangex. It's taking a nasty turn, this.
He made a mistake, and it could cost him, 2 games, like, really quick. I mean, this combo's a little tougher, but it's still doable. Me, I'd have snowball's chance in hell of making this myself, but what's he doing? Is he playing safe? He's playing safe.
Yeah, he's not having it.
He's trying to give the combo.
Well, he's trying to give Interchangex a wee taste of that medicine.
Well, the left edge of the ball, but it's not a very easy safety from there. I mean, you're going to have to take the cue ball up and down the table, and I'm not quite sure what you're going to do. You could
know
try
what
to
I'd
put
be
him on
doing?
you could try to put him on the 8 ball. This is tricky.
I'd be going up and down and trying to catch the right side of the 1 and ducking, if I got lucky, ducking down behind the 9 and the 6. Well, he's got the right idea, though, if this stays in the table.
This is a shot. This is a shot he played. And I don't think he wanted to clip the 4 ball, but he came out pretty good. I don't know if he gave a shot up. This is
Well,
close to it. This may go in.
Well, there's that, and there's the fact he's going to play the billiard onto the 4 probably as a second choice.
Yeah, you just don't want to scratch on that. Although at this angle, it would be hard to. You'd have to hit it perfect.
Yeah, but he hasn't kept the 1 in play, has he? No.
It's a good safety on himself.
Well, he had the right idea, but it was always relying on that 1 ball staying in play and not hooking himself like this. So,
well, he may have just been playing the 4 ball the whole way, and if he was, he probably should have hit it harder.
Yeah, yeah.
Oops.
Well, here's another lifeline.
If I'm Interchangex kicking, I'd be thinking about playing more safeties because he has not been kicking very well.
Well, the problem here is straight away here. This
the 3 ball is the problem.
Yeah,
you've got to figure out how to deal with that.
He's got
either have
blockers
to play
either side,
combo or get behind it.
What ball's that in the middle of the table? Is that the 2? Yeah, it is. Well, I think if he gets above the 2 and he can drop down.
I think most people would play for the combo. Well, that's terrible.
He might be playing the bank. He might be leaving the bank here.
Yeah, I mean, he could shoot the bank. He's not in a good spot right now. This is not where he wanted to be on the 2, no matter what the scenario was.
He hasn't hit this at all.
He's playing the bank. That's why. He's hit it too far.
Well,
so now you got to consider playing safe. I mean, it's a pretty easy safety to put the cue ball behind the 5-9.
The bank I was thinking, Steve, was when he played that 2 into the side, bringing the cue ball out into the table and playing the bank up into that corner there, top left as we look. Yeah, but that'll do.
He went the other way, but that was a smart play. You just don't want to take chances.
Welcome to Hazard. Are you still got problems with your router? Defty says, hey, Steve, if I make a wee bit of how I play VP4 different than most, if not all, would you have time to take a look and consider some minor game changes and tweaks?
Yeah, I'll look at stuff.
Still got? Did you read up about updating the firmware in the router? There's bound to be customer support for the manufacturer of the router to tell you how to do that, because it could be that it needs doing. Otherwise, if it's a Spanish router, throw it in the bin and send over for a BT router. That'll work.
Let's see. I better check the support email, see if he sent something. See if I've been negligent. I've been really busy. Nope. He hasn't.
So Interchangex gets it back to 3.
Yeah,
deficit.
I mean, he just needs to buckle down because he's missed a couple balls that he shouldn't have, and this is the kind of thing that he was doing before, where he wasn't getting there because he'd missed those kind of balls, and he's kind of back to doing it right now. He needs to tighten up a little.
You don't have a YouTube channel, Defty. You just upload it there. He's asking where does he post or send the video?
Just send it to VP4@Solaris.com or support@Solaris.com, either one. Well,
I'm not sure what this is, but it's going to end up safe, and he's probably going to end up in trouble.
No, that's not safe. He's going to be in big trouble after this.
Yeah.
He can play it.
Well, only safe in the sense that he never left a pot on, but yes, he should be in trouble here.
I'm not sure I'd go this way on it.
No, I'd be going the other way.
Yeah, I mean,
that's terrible. That's terrible. I mean, you've got to use those balls on the left-hand side, haven't you? You've got to duck in there.
So right now, the story of this match has been Interchangex missing shots he shouldn't, and Coldest Pillow not playing a good moving game. If I'm Interchangex, I'm thinking, boy, all I have to do is just settle down a little, and I'm going to win this match. But he keeps missing balls.
Yeah, get TeamViewer installed, Hazard. Let somebody else have a route around your router. That was originally going to be Bill Haley in the Comets' big hit, route around the router, and then they changed it to rock around the clock. They would never have hit if it was route around the router back in the day. Hang on a minute. Oh dear, what a jammy get this Coldest Pillow is.
Now here we go, the easiest safety in the world. This is just hit it with some right English, take the one ball straight down and stick him over there behind the two.
Just to kill the cue ball. He's doing it again.
And he's going the wrong way again.
I mean, this is I was going to say an easy hit until the cue ball ran on.
Yeah, well, he got this is actually pretty good where he got, but I mean,
now he can go through that 5 and 2 and spin it into the one, and he might get lucky here if he hits this solid.
You don't have to get lucky. You try to bring the one up the rail and leave him behind like the 5 or 2.
No, he got it straight on. He's still going to get lucky, I think.
He's gonna get lucky.
Oh well.
This is a simple safe. You bank the 1 behind the 5, stick him on the 8. Even if you can't get him on the 8, you got the 2-5 there.
Oh, this is a kick in, isn't it? This is what you go for here. You go for the kick in.
Yeah, I mean, you want to try to stick him on that 8 ball, not just get behind it.
Well played. Now you can duck again. This should be a fairly easy duck behind the 5.
Yeah, you got to spin this a little to get him good. He's not going to try to spin it. He's just going to play the simple one, and I don't think he got him. Nope. He did not. Yeah, you can try to spin that and get it up on the 5. I think if you play enough guys that really play good, you'll get to the point where instead of just playing this simple a safety, you'll try to get them locked up more. Although I don't know that he has a lot here, but he definitely can hit the 2. I think he takes a cue ball long rail end rail where on backup table.
I'm going thin to the 2, left English, catch that rail and spin it and hit it with pace to get the cue ball back up towards the 8 ball. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be doing acrobatics here just to try and show off. But hopefully I wouldn't scratch in the side. He's looking at something here spinning back.
I don't think there's a kiss on that shot.
No, I don't think he can really get to the rail, but that's no
good.
good.
What that was.
Well, Coldest Pillows, more of his safeties have been no good than what have been good so far.
Well, the thing is if you're Interchangex and you're watching Coldest Pillow do this, you should be thinking, man,
yeah,
I'm just going to get in moving game as much as I can. I'm not going to take any chances at all. If I don't like the shot, I'm going to play safe, make him kick, because he's just not doing a good job of it.
Well, this is why I keep saying you've got to be, thinking on your feet all through the match and look for these type of things. You know, if the guy's not picking the lines
Well,
for the safeties and whatever.
That was a fine shot there. That was very well played.
Now, is he going to go forward and just run into the open space, or is he trying to nip back behind it? Oh, he's taking it the other way. I thought he was maybe taking it up in the top corner. That'll work. And the angle's good enough. This is just a little dab.
Well,
a little dab across.
I would have rather been straighter. That's the kind of shot that can be missed.
Just like that.
Yeah, that angle is a little funny visually. People have trouble with that in real life too.
Well, you see, I don't think that's that difficult a pot. I mean, yeah, I would have a quick look at that, see the potting angle, but I would never overcut it as badly as that, even with my eyes.
The tendency is to overcut that shot. So then you know that, and you start trying to get real thick on it, and then you undercut it.
Well, whatever way you look at it, it's a bad miss, and it's a chance gone, and it's a 2-rack swing again. He should have been 8-6, and now he's 9-5. That's got to hurt. My safety is so bad, it's my only hope. Yeah.
Make sure it's not your antivirus, because those things cause more problems.
Well, we're routers.
Antiviruses. You start dropping connections. A lot of times you think, oh, it's the router or this or that, but it could be the firewall or the antivirus.
Well, if you want to eliminate all possibilities, then I know I can right-click my antivirus and shut it down for an hour, shut it down for 3 hours or whatever, and play the game and see what happens.
Yep,
that's a simple way of testing it. And then the other thing you do is get rid of your antivirus and get something else.
I just started using Microsoft Defender all the time now because it's pretty good.
Oh, here's something I used. I was watching a tech guy on YouTube. I've seen a few of his videos, and yesterday he was showing a program that's free to download, and it's called Fixifier, and it allows you to do. Yeah, it is. It's called Fixifier. But hang on a minute. Don't shoot it down in flames before I tell you. So I downloaded it, and there's a Windows update thing in it, but not a Windows update, a program update in it. So I thought, right, I'll give this a go and see what happens. And I'll tell you, it must have downloaded about 20 updates and all net framework and all of that stuff that I think it took 20 minutes. I had a whole pile of updates to do for the PC, not Windows updates. And it did all of them, and then it did.
Net updates are Windows updates.
Yeah, well, it did hundreds of them. Well, loads, at least 20, all different updates.
It's because you don't have Windows updates turned on.
No, I do. But the updates, there's lots of stuff. I mean, don't forget, my PC's a good age now, so there's lots of stuff that's probably been lurking in the background that various bits of hardware and stuff that needed updating. But anyway,
in the meantime, this match is getting away from Interchangex. He better wake up, because
he's shooting himself in the foot a wee bit now and again with those unforced errors, which is something you simply have to eliminate when you're 10-5 down now.
I'd be banking this every time because it's easy to get on the 2, and it's critical to get on the 2-all because of where the 3 is. But gonna go with a comfort shot, and this is a lot trickier to get position on the 2. Trying to cut it into the side.
Well, that's very delicate. Now he's got a dodgy cut.
Well,
he's got a dodgy cut, but he should be on the 3.
No, this isn't bad. You just got to decide. I mean, you're better off going to the 9-ball side of the 3 if you can, because that 5-ball is huge. Well, that's a pretty tricky shot he just played there.
Well,
He's got a shot.
Is he going to try and thin cut? I don't think this goes. I don't think it goes. It's too tight. He's got to just feather it and duck for cover up country. That's what he's got to do here.
It goes.
Yeah.
But you got to hit it. You got to hit it good.
Yeah. Yeah, that was never going to happen. That was too tight. That's a sellout. I would never have done that. I would have been running up country into the long grass. That's a sellout and a half, that one. Can he see this three? I presume he can. Yes, he can. Yeah. Wrong choice of shot, in my opinion. That was too big an ass to squeeze that past that 9. You had to flush that tight and nail it to the rail for that to squeeze past the 9.
Well, you certainly can't afford to gift games, especially when you're down this far.
Yeah, it is now threatening to really run away here. These next 2-3 racks.
You know, on top of it, you've got a guy that doesn't move well. That's one that's smart to not take chances and play some sort of safety.
So now it is 6. Oh, it's time you got a bit wiser, Interchangex. It really is. 3 balls gone in. Not a great shot in the 1. What else has went? I think something else went. 2 and 3's gone.
Oh, what is that Coldest pillow has? Is that supposed to be his girlfriend or something that he's got up there in this picture?
What the hell is it?
I think it's a hippopotamus.
I can't make out what it is. It just looks like a splodge to me. I can't see it properly.
I think it's a hippo.
Oh, it wiped its feet. It's gone in. Oh, I think he's just hooked himself.
That was a pretty ambitious shot he just took. So,
well, let's face it, he just overhit it by 2 or 3 inches. He was on the 4 if he just shortened up.
Well,
slowed up.
Here's the problem when you're a player of like Coldest Pillow, the style he plays, is if you're ahead like this and you get that shot, you know, the smart thing to do is to play safe. But his problem is that he's not very good at the moving game. You know, he's going to lose at that a lot. So he almost has no choice but to shoot a lot of stuff.
Who's that old man in InterchangeX's picture?
I don't know who that is.
Who the hell is that? It looks like his grandfather. Oh, it's a pygmy hippo, Larry. Is that what it is?
Who's dissing players?
Who the guy in the photograph is Freud. Who's Freud? Is that are we talking about the historic Freud or some pool player called Freud?
So what I want to know is that picture before or after he stuffed his nose full of cocaine?
Aye, Sigmund Freud. Is that who that's supposed to be? Is that, I don't know what Sigmund Freud looks like. I've just heard of his name.
You know, he was big on cocaine. That pretty much ruined him. Back in the time, you know, he really was a big proponent of cocaine because it made everybody feel good.
Was it not the wonder drug at one time?
He promoted it as a wonder drug.
Well, Eric Clapton and many other famous people followed suit.
Yeah,
and most of them they aren't around to answer that though now.
Well, and this is a little unfortunate. Now he's got a safety here. It's a little tricky. You're going to put
Now,
the one
he's
ball
saying
on the. You're going to put the one ball on the
short
end
rail.
rail. No, I
No,
don't
yeah,
like this
no,
play.
he's left a bank.
No.
He's left a bank here. Well,
The reason why that's not a good play is it's
yeah,
just too difficult to get behind the two, and if you don't get it, you leave.
yeah.
You don't want to leave the guy this. Now the good news is Coldest Pillow doesn't play safe very good, but he may just fire this bank in or something and run out.
Well, the 7 looks a good target to try and get the cue ball up to if you're trying to run for cover going up table. It's just as small a spot as where the 2 ball was.
Yeah, and see, this is terrible because this is just saying, well, safe me up. So he's got choices here. I like taking the one ball straight across. He's going to go this way, and this is very well done. The only problem here is the one ball's too close to the corner. He might have been playing the two-way shot.
Well, this is where you jack up and get the spin working.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy masse. You're not going to get one much easier than this. It's a huge ball where it's sitting near the pocket, just off the rail. Oh boy!
He never had the cue stick up high enough to play that. I think he needed to get that bit more spin and more angle out into the table, and then let the cue ball.
Yeah,
grip.
I mean, the only thing that made that a little trickier was the distance it was, but it was sitting pretty ripe there. So,
but anyway, you know, this is a situation where that's not great again. I mean, that's not great at all.
Yeah, you just don't want to leave yourself these.
I was just about to say where he has to get out, but he's leaving it ugly and tough.
He's leaving another back cut, and he just missed one, I don't know, a couple games ago.
Yeah, Massey's are either good.
And remember, he overcut the last one, so now he
done it again.
this one. And that's what starts happening with that shot. You start guessing.
Well, now, Coldest Pillow's got to be careful with this because if he does jack up more this time to spin the 3 and he could follow it in.
Yeah.
But I'd much rather go up and down. There's plenty of room to get up and down. There's never a problem going up and down, and it's a big target to hit.
Yeah, it's a much safer shot.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to get up and down. Look at it. I mean, look at the area that you can get to where you can catch something of that 3 ball.
And down, if you're going to masse it, you want to go the other way around the 7 because it's near impossible to scratch going the other way. This way, it's easy to scratch.
Yeah, commentator's eye, don't say I didn't warn you. He was going to follow it in, and that's a gift for Interchangex.
He needed to go left of the 7 to play that shot.
Now, never doubt my predictions, guys. You've seen it too often. You've seen it far too often. Yeah, that was always up and down, that, to me. Big target to hit that. What's his ad saying? Steve, with this problem, the profile web page has always popped up, refreshed after I get kicked to the lobby. So that's like, that sounds like the connection is lost and then you're coming back into VP4 and it takes you to your profile. That's what it sounds to me.
I don't even understand that. So you get kicked to the lobby and the profile page shows up? That doesn't make sense.
Well, it goes to your, does it not, when you come into the internal browser, does it not default to your profile page or does it go to the home page of the internal browser? Because I can't remember.
What's this Steve guy saying? And just like the previous times, my ID gets ignored. I didn't even see your idea.
No, I never saw it either.
It's not on my screen.
Is that what you said above there? I've said it like 180 million times. Target pool would improve a lot of players, would make a great addition.
Yeah.
What am I? That's the first time Larry's ever said I am right. What am I right about, Larry?
He's so shocked he doesn't even know what he's right. Well, he doesn't even know what he's right about.
Reconnect pulls up your profile page. That's what I was thinking. So it's like a quick disconnect and reconnect by the sounds of it. This
Well, I
looks
mean,
good.
it will try to automatically reconnect.
Oh, wait a minute. Is there a gap? As John Virgo says, there's always a gap.
Oh, I guess there is, yeah.
There's always a gap.
Well, he's going to take a whack at the 9-ball, I think. Why wouldn't you here?
Well, there's always good cover behind these balls as well, though. You could.
No, but this is Coldest pillow.
I think he's having a blast.
Yes, I do.
Well, we'd never have a doubt if it was stub. It would never have a doubt if it was stub.
Well, I'll tell you, the problem playing safe there is if you don't get safe, you can leave it.
Well, he's got cover.
No, well, if you're brave enough to play the Mass A,
this is trouble because he's kicking the back of the one he's getting off the 9.
It's not sitting that great though. The way if the 9-ball need to be a little further up the table to shoot the
Watch the cue ball. Oh well, he's got it full. Well, he'll take that, but this is tricky to dink this edge of the 1 and try and duck behind the 5. This is touchy if he's trying that.
You don't
and he could go into the side pocket.
Yeah, you hit it harder.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Again, it's a huge target to hit going off the short rail, isn't it? I mean, you can get that. If you can hit that, no problem. You just don't know where it's going to end up, though.
Yeah, hitting is not the problem. The problem's getting safe.
Well, this sort of situation is where Interchangex has to come out on top, still trailing by 4. He has to win these battles.
I think the way he played it was reasonable, but, you know, he was always going to have trouble getting safe with that 6-ball there.
Well, this is tricky getting to the 2. I think the 8-ball's a bit in the way, is it? As if he's trying to draw and dig into this. Or the angle wants to hit the 8 here.
Yeah, you can get around it, but it's a little tricky.
Oh, he's brushed it, but, you know, he's never going to end up great in the 2. Yeah, right, what do you do now? Thin cut.
You're going to make this and run out. Oh, you can cut it or bank it. You know, I'd probably cut this ball, but...
Yeah, he's cutting it. And in it goes. Well, the only thing is he's nailed himself to the rail. I don't think he can do much other than just let the cue ball roll out. And
you go forward off the end rail and play the 5 up table. You got to be a little careful here that you don't scratch.
Yeah, he's just going to let this run out, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
then he'll shoot the 6-9 and
he's just going to kill this. And again, this is just stifling the flow there. Interchangex has to win these situations, and he's not winning them. Not now, he isn't at the moment. The lead goes back to 5. The ball has gone in. And is there enough room to get the bank in that one?
Yeah, I think he'll shoot at the 5 or he'll play safe. I mean, the safety's pretty trivial here. He can see the whole 1, just lock him on the 7.
I think he's cutting it.
I don't know why you wouldn't play safe here.
Oh, he's whacking this onto the 5-ball. That's what he's doing. I'm pretty certain that.
He's playing safe.
You know.
Yeah, see, he needed to put a little bit of English on that to get the 1-ball to open up, and he didn't put English on it.
Well, it's deja vu again. Interchangex with a table that he must get out, and it's not exactly simple. It's all about this 1-ball. If he can deal with the 1-ball, get that 2-ball, then he's good to go.
You got to hit this a lot harder than you think to force this through.
Now, where's he going with this? Is he going up top? He's well off it.
Well off it. He got through it pretty good, but he didn't make the ball.
Yeah, he's just threatening to fall out of this game altogether, Interchangex. I mean,
Well,
these are vital opportunities, and he's just not getting them away.
He's kind of back to how he was playing before he really started playing good, where he's missing a lot of balls. And I don't know if it's just from not playing much or he's just having an off day or what, but that's what's killing him. He's missed a bunch of easy shots.
Right, this 3 ball, a couple of millimeters off, shouldn't be a problem. Well, commentators curse. It is a problem. Well, did he have a look at that 3 before he played it? See, these are horrible. I keep saying this. If you can get the distance between the cue ball and object ball, and that object ball is on the rail up top or down table, whatever, these are tricky. You got to get this wafer thin at the risk of missing it altogether. Well, he's playing the snooker safety, but that's no good, I don't think, is it? Well, it is now. That will do. It will do very nicely. Again, it's a huge target to hit. Now, I'd probably prefer to go the tight line to the 3 going up that way. And that's even more reason why I would have done it that way. So here we go again. This is deja vu for about the 4th time. Ball in hand. They're all there. Got to get out.
Yeah, he's just struggling to get rolling. And it can be frustrating when you're in this mode because you know you can play a lot better, but you're just not. And then every time you get to the table, you're like, now's the time.
This needs a little firm stun here.
And then you screw up again. The next time you're like, now's the time.
Again, he could have been better on this 7 just for comfort.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I think that's a good angle. I'd rather have a little more angle than a little less.
Now, can he get the follow-up? Or, well, he hasn't got the 9 ball in yet, so we'll hold off on that.
Boy, you're really not very positive on this game right now.
Well, not from the mistakes that he's been making in recent racks. But let's see how he goes. He needs a bit of luck. Try and get back in this. And that's maybe all he does need to settle down a bit more. This is not looking great. 4 balls going in, though. 1 ball is there.
The only problem here is a 5.
Yeah.
And,
well, you can get down and dirty in that 5 ball if it comes to it. You know, you can leave Coldest pillow something to think about if you get that far.
Yeah, if you can get the cue ball close to it. That's the thing is you gotta get pretty close to that to play a really good safe.
Now, I can see something crazy happening here, Steve. He's going to get straight in the 3 and draw to the 5-9. No, he isn't. No, he's got other plans.
So I'd rather be below the 5. You know, you can always play the 3 railer on it, but you got to get pretty good on it to do that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really have a good angle of getting below the 5. See,
he certainly doesn't.
He's really not in the right spot here.
Right, so...
And even the 3 railer, there's balls that could interfere. So
now, yeah. Is he going to dig into this 3 and try and come across and get lucky and miss the traffic here? That's what he's trying to do.
If this was me, I might even try to go forward 3 rails and go behind the 9.
Yeah, he's missed the traffic. Missed the traffic.
That's a good shot to get behind it. So.
Oh well, he might be too close here, though, is he?
No, this is just a little dink and stick him behind the 9. He won't get him locked on it, but it's a pretty easy shot to dink that 9 past the 5 past the 9.
That's a bit fiddlier than maybe you think, Steve. I don't like it. This is touchy.
Well, he didn't get it by the 9.
That's a disaster.
Yeah, that's well, he played a pretty good shot to get a pretty, and you know, he could have rolled just a 1/4 inch here this way or that way, and it might have been a lot easier.
Well, was you talking about high left to run the cue ball the 3 rails, Larry? Try and get below it. Is that what you were talking about for the 5 ball?
Well, I like the
'Cause
high
that-
left and try to come behind the
Yeah.
9 ball and hit the 5.
Yeah, yeah. That was an option as well. Yeah. Let it run out. Interchangex says, "Do you happen to know a good optometrist?" But and Coldest Billa says, "No, but Spectre Don does." He's got bionic vision, says he had his eyes done.
Well, I mean, you know, he's just in that mode right now. And when you're in that mode, I mean, the whole goal is to get out of that mode. And he's played over half the match and he's still in that mode. So you know.
Well, 7 is gone. 1 is a shot. 5 ball goes into the side, I think. Let's have a look at that 5 ball. It goes into the side. That's the only place it goes. It doesn't go past the 9. It's blocked. So the 5 ball is going to be the saving grace here, but the problem is the 4 ball's handy towards the 5. Yeah, he's going to roll this in and maybe brush the 6 or get to the 6, left side of the 6, and roll the 5 into the side. I don't think he'll be trying anything heroic here. He might be going right side of the 6 looking at this angle, to be honest with you.
I'm not sure what he's doing.
Yeah, he's checking it up with left English. I don't know that that's going to help him a great deal, but if you let this run out, I think the cue ball's going there. But that means you've still got a shot in the 5.
If you let it just go run, it's going to run at the 6 if you don't do something with it.
And the 5's fine. Yeah, that's perfect. Well, he's just going to have to nip back. Have to play the shot. He can't unless he's going to just go through the 9 and leave the high cut in the 6. No, he is nipping back.
Got to be a little careful here.
Yeah, it caught him out. Oh dear. Well, he's hooked.
No, he's
whatever way you look at it.
He's jumping this, so there's no way he's not going to shoot a jump shot there.
Well, he's got to catch something in this one way or another and hope he gets lucky.
He's shooting a mass A shot.
Is it going to the short rail?
It is.
That's not bad. He'll take that.
I'm a little surprised he didn't try to jump that.
And this is it's because it's close. That's a tricky bank. That's why Coldest Pilla's not interested. Not enough room to get the cue ball out of the way, I don't think. Well, I'd definitely be feathering the left edge of this 5 as we look, and I'm heading up to the 9 and 6. But it's got to be a feather edge. The only thing you have as a lifeline is that the 8 ball might be interfering with the bank. So I'd be going up. That's what he's doing. That's what I'd be doing. Exactly this. But you've got to get the length in the cue ball, though. You can't chicken out. If he only leaves this up with the side pocket, that looks good. That looks very good.
That's a very good shot.
That's excellent. Excellent shot. Just what the doctor ordered. That's a superb shot.
Well, you know, he's been playing the moving game pretty well all match, but then he'll just miss a ball or something, which is.
Well, now you've got to check your nerves here with this one. Yes, you should have a shot in the 6 ball, but it's all out for the 5. There's no ducking and diving here. You've got to grab the bull by the horns and go for it. Yeah.
And that's kind of been the story of the match for Interchangex, just missing too many balls.
Yeah, that's fatal. It's fatal at most times, but obviously in longer matches like this, you know, the gap just opens. It keeps opening. It never closes. Cue ball is good. And until or if ever Interchangex gets to double figures, the scoreboard just looks scary at the moment. Got to try and get to those double figures. It looks a wee bit better that way.
Well, if you're at Interchangex, you got to be thinking I can still win this match. Stop missing balls, start running out, start playing good safety. You can still win.
Yeah, I think that's, well, I was about to say dry, but the 3 gets kicked in off the 8. And once again, it's get good in the 2, get back to the 4. Well, he's probably just going to stop short of the 6 ball, leave the cut in the 4 up table and into the table for the 5 into the other corner.
Yeah. The other thing is sometimes players have trouble with certain players. You know, it's like player A beats B, B beats C, but A can't beat C. You know, it's like one of those things. It's I've seen that happen a lot.
Hold on a minute. I think he's okay. I thought that was going to threaten to duck behind the 9 there.
Watch out. Well, he'll turn that loose. That is not where you want to be.
No, he's got a lot more work to do now. Cue ball's going to have to run.
Yeah, he's
perfect.
You know, he's such a good shot maker.
Well, I say perfect. The only thing, well, he's just going to go through and leave the long. Well, maybe not so much. You want to get back to the 9.
Well, you can go forward there if you want.
Got to get it running and juice it up.
You're going to have to hit this one. He needs to put some English on it. Oh, he's just going to dink it. Well, he's going to take the cut. This is why we should probably tighten the pockets up a little. This is too easy. This should be not so easy.
Never a doubt. It's 15-8. And there's a big crisis now for Interchangex if there wasn't one already. And that 1 ball is hanging in the edge. The 2 balls going in. It's definitely going to be all about the 3 ball. I think he can spin up table for the 3 if he wants. In fact, he was fine. And the 4 ball squeezes past the 9.
He's going to be out here. This is pretty easy.
Transitivity doesn't apply here. What the hell is that? Somebody explain that word to me.
He's talking about somebody else's comment.
Well, 4-1 down, he gets it back to 4-all. We thought we were going to have a match on. And then it sort of just came apart for Interchangex. And he committed the cardinal sin that everybody does in these tournaments by making too many errors.
Well, I think now he's feeling comfortable. If you keep him if he can stay out of the moving game, then he's pretty effective.
Well, like I say, if he can get to double figures, but he's well running out of racks here. That's the problem.
He just has to play lock up, kind of, you know, just run out every time you get a good chance, and then play really good safeties.
This is what you don't want. Yes, he's got all the pocket there, but and it's a blind pocket cut.
He's still okay. This is not a shot you should miss. Unfortunately, that's been his problem, is missing stuff, but it's just frustrating when you're doing what Interchangex is doing, because he knows he can play a lot better, but he's just not.
Yeah, that's the thing you got to keep in mind is the fact that selected players don't have that table time, and it's all about finding your feet and your touch when you come back to play a lengthy match. You can't naturally hit the ground running every time.
Well, it does make it tougher when you don't play a lot. I remember when Rodney Morris started playing really good. This was probably
30 years ago.
No, probably 15 years ago. He started playing good. He hadn't been playing very well. A great player, and he had a few years where he didn't play very well, and he started playing good. And somebody asked him what the difference was, and he said, "Well, I'm on the table 4.5 hours every day practicing."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was the difference between him being a great player and him being a player that just couldn't get there. Just had to spend the table time, and there's some truth to that in this game too. That
Of
if you
course there
don't
is.
spend
Yeah.
enough time on the table, it's tough
Exactly.
to
You
play at a
can
high level.
you find that when you've been loads of racks in this game, you've got that comfort zone that you settle into.
Now watch
Where
this safety.
you're trusting your mouse and that sort of stuff. Well, that's going to go through the gap, is it? Yeah, but the two ball's good. Two balls, very good.
That was, and he's got a good moving game. I mean, his problem this whole match has just been missing balls.
Well, I think the line is tight off the jaw by the 6 ball, is it not, to get to the 2? But can he get through there to get it? No, he can't. That's the problem. He's in deep doo-doo here.
Not everybody is like that, but most people are. And in real life, most of these guys that you see, these pros you see, they're on the table 60 hours a week.
That's the point. Albinario doesn't sit in this lobby all day playing, and he turns up for these tournaments, and it might take him a rack or two, but he's at a level that is on most days good enough to beat most people.
There's guys like that. I mean, there's guys that don't have to be on the table all the time, but that's the exception, not the rule.
He's a Swedish phenomenon, Albinario. There's a big word.
Well, I'm going forward with this every time. I don't know what he's going to do.
I think he's too straight, is he?
He's just going to come out.
Stunned it. Yeah, he must have had a wee angle. Well, the scoreboard will look better if, and I would say if.
Well, he can still win this match. I've said this kind of stuff before, and you always go, "No way, no way." Remember it? It's come through sometimes.
I just like to stir the pot now and again as well.
he's not certainly not the favorite from here, but he can still win this match.
Yeah, if he gets that 2 figures on the board, it just looks better. But he needs breaks to work. He needs balls to fall. He needs to get good tables.
As a player, you're really not interested in the looks better. If you are, then you're thinking the wrong way. You should be thinking, I'm going to come back and win.
I'm thinking, throw me a bone, give me a decent break for the next 4 or 5 racks, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, well, he's going to need to break well, and he's going to need to stop missing balls. But it's doable. He's got a ball in. He's going to have a shot. Let's see. Does that 2-7 go? Maybe.
Let's have a look.
I think it'll go.
Well, how is there a gap? There's a little gap, so if you need to tweak that a wee bit, you can get that in, no problem.
I think you should just be able to throw it in.
Well, this is a problem. He's got a blind pocket cut again. This is a problem right here.
This is not a hard shot.
No. Well, I would have liked him to dig in a wee bit more than that, but
Well, I'll tell you what the problem is here is to get on the 3. You don't want to hit this hard if you want to try to throw it. So he's the play is to put the 9 ball just around, put the cue ball just around the 9.
there we go. Where's the 2? Where's the 2?
Oh, what was I
billiard
thinking?
on to the 5. This is a billiard every day of the week. This you're going to be on the 2.
I think he'll shoot the combo.
No, he's playing the billiard. Commentator's eye.
You're right.
Perfect. Never doubt me, Steve. You're doubting me.
I doubt you once in a while.
Now, what's he doing? Thin edge, ducking for... No, he's on the 2. I'm forgetting. I thought he was banking the 3 there. I forgot even the 2 was still in the 3. You've scrambled my brain there for 2 seconds.
This is a little tricky.
I think he's too straight. He's too straight, is he?
No, he's playing the right shot. He can get to the rail with this. Yeah,
That'll do it. Very nice.
And no panicking. And this is just going to be a little spinner. Now, this is the kind of shot that can be missed. You know, when you spin it up, you get it pretty good.
Don't be over this 8 ball. Don't be over the 8 ball. Now it's this is tight. This 6 ball, I think. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look.
It's pretty tight, but
he's okay.
Yeah, he just went 3 rails like it was nothing. So
now, is he going to hammer this and stun it?
That's what I would do here.
Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. I would have still liked to have held that a wee bit better. I don't trust him in these cutbacks.
No, this is fine. I mean, that's the thing is, as a player, you can't be worrying about getting that shot. I mean, you should be thinking, I'm never going to miss this shot.
No. Cue ball. Oh, and the ball has gone in. Don't think he's got a shot, though, but he should certainly have control of the table here.
Yeah, I think he's going to play some sort of safety here. He could take a whack at the 9, but yeah, he might be able to take a whack and get safe. But
I was just about to say, what about a 2-way shot at the 9? Why not try the billiard on the 9, but with the cue ball going sort of that direction and still getting cover?
I think he's playing the percentage there.
Anyway, he's got it good. That
was easy, and CP hasn't shown himself to be very good at moving or kicking or anything else.
Commentators,
as soon as you say that,
look at this for this shot. You're going to have to wallow in that one, Steve. Watch this. Boom. Pick that out. Now, that's called opening your mouth and putting your foot in it, folks, in case you don't know. That's a classic, that.
That was pretty unprophetic there.
I'm glad I've got that in tape. I'm going to make a clip of that. Somebody make a clip of that. I'll make one. I'm going to post that in the lobby frequently.
Pretty funny.
Oh, that's the best of the day yet, that one. Oh dear. Hang on a minute, folks.
He clipped the near point. That's not something that CP does a lot. He doesn't miss a lot of balls.
Well, this is what you need. You need a favor or 2.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're in a spot that Interchangex is where you've been struggling, that can give you some confidence having your opponent screw up like that. Let's see how he hits this.
Well, he's still got to get on this 8 ball, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Easier said than done. This looks good, as long as he gets off the rail. Got off the rail, and he's too straight, is it? But he'll just dink back. There's not a problem.
Yeah,
not a problem. Well, again, as a neutral, you want to see a match, and we still have that possibility. There's a glimmer that we have a match here. These next 2 racks are going to be interesting.
Here you go again. 2 games ago, you said he had no chance. Now you got a glimmer.
He's got a glimmer.
He needs to break well. I mean,
Oh, I thought the 4-ball was good. Did something go?
it did. This is not. I mean, I think he'll play safe here. I think he'll put the cue ball on the 2-ball. That's the right play here. Don't take any chances.
Well, the other guys, players like Spectre Dawn, would cut this, go up table, and play a 2-way shot. If he misses the one, he's probably going to get cover and have a shot in the 2. But that's a far better shot in my book.
Well, especially when you're playing an opponent that struggles with the moving game. I mean,
well, I think
CP is a rhythm player.
I think that if that was Spectre Dawn, Stubb, and players that are like them, they would have went for the 1 as a 2-way shot. Guaranteed they would have a shot in the 2 and probably cover the 1 if it went to the rail or something. But Interchangex is doing the right thing now.
Yeah, I don't know about this shot. Well, he pulled it off. I didn't like that shot. That was a tough shot.
Well, he's getting there. Has he got the gap?
Though. Yeah, he got
he's left the gap. The bank's on as well.
I didn't like that shot. That was. I would have rather just cut the 1 because it was pretty natural. Get on the 2, and that was a tough save there. Oh, look at this shot. Well, he was playing safe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why he just didn't shoot the bank. Why did he play safe there? Well, this is kind of.
Are you trying to duck down to the 2?
This is a difficult situation. I think he's going to shoot it just because
this is wide open. Safe. No, it's wide open. Yeah. Hang on though. Hang on. This is going to bump the 8 and be open. No, it isn't.
Or not.
No. But I think
pretty easy safety here. Even CP can handle this save.
Yeah, now suddenly it's all backfired on Interchangex. He's now in trouble.
I'll tell you what, CP is going to need to work on his moving game. If he does, he's going to be a tough out, though, because he runs out so good.
Well, Spud Boy's got something he said about this target pool, Steve. Yeah. I still say Killer's a better bet for getting multiple players involved. I think I watched that Killer video on YouTube, and that was hilarious, with about 8 players all playing in it, all different levels, proper numpties playing and good players playing, and it was really funny.
Killer would probably be a little easier to do, but right now I'm working on language localization.
Well, this is a bit dibby-dabby, this shot.
Yeah, this is a funny little shot. I think I'd thin the 2 and go down towards the 9. Try to put him on the 3.
Yeah. See, the problem is if you don't cover the 2, you're leaving an opportunity here for Interchangex to dig out another good one.
Well, this is a little tricky here too. This is not the easiest ball to play safe on.
Oh, I think if you miss,
I think you want to hit this thin and try to go 2 rails behind a 3 or 4.
Yeah, if you miss the bump on any of those balls, you could end up very good.
Something like that.
Oh, hang on a minute. Not that bump. Not that bump.
He got a little bit too much of the 2 ball, and of course the kerplunk at the end didn't help.
12 years of patience.
12 years of patience, really. Well, I mean, I've got other stuff. We couldn't call it target pool because I think that's actually patented, but
remember what I said about that little glimmer there? That little glimmer's just been snuffed out. That's it, gone. Coldest Pillow's going to be 2 away.
But if I did go by what people have asked for, there's been a lot more people asked for Giller. That's probably, as far as games go, that's probably been the most asked for game.
Now, the killer I saw, I don't know if there's different versions of Killer Steve, but that killer video that I watched, the lower rated players or the lower level players were getting 3 lives and the better players were getting 2 lives. And I think if you, what was it? What ball is it you pot? The last ball and you get an extra life or something. I can't remember. I need to watch that video again. But the way the game was set up with the 2 lives and 3 lives was excellent. It really was. I enjoyed it. It's like a half-an-hour video, and there's about 8 or 9 players playing, or 10 players playing this thing. I need to get the link for that.
Well, golf on the snooker table is certainly a popular game on pool rooms.
No, I think, is that 2 ball dead again, is it? No, it isn't. 2 ball is fine.
Pocket. Yeah, 2 ball goes on the side.
Well, he's got to be touchy here with us, though. Yeah.
You know, he moves the cue ball well. I mean, he's a frustrating player to watch because he's a lot better than you would think he is from the result. He's just missing too many balls. I mean, he's really a very good player. He's got to get rid of the misses.
Watch the cue ball. Uh-oh, bye-bye. There it goes. Boom.
For Blanc.
Boom and bust.
When I said getting rid of the misses, I wasn't talking about his wife. I don't want to get in trouble with her. Well, right now I'm working on translation of Vietnamese. Then I'm doing German. I got Miasma's gonna.
What about German stubbish?
I'm not doing stubbish.
Well, Coldest Pillow is going to be on the hill breaking for the match, provided he can cut this 8 ball in.
Uh-oh. Oh, it got there. Second, I thought I was going to stop.
And after 1 hour and 36 minutes, it's almost done.
See, at this point, this is really his last chance saloon. When you get in this situation as a player and you're down like this, you're usually going to need help. I mean, either that or you're breaking and running 6 racks.
There's that annoying pattern with those 3 balls again. I just thought I'd mention it in case nobody saw it.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Now, quick look and see what we have here. I think it's 8 ball into the side. Looking at that, this looks. I think 8 ball into the side. It looks very tight, that 8 and 9.
Well,
but I don't think it goes into the corner.
People's a good game. Actually, Liability is a good game too. And there's a lot of good games. Liability is probably the best game on a snooker table for gambling.
Well, that's dealt with the 8 ball issue. And it's all about getting to the 8 ball from the 7. Well, and that's perfect. I think that's perfect just to roll through.
I think for Coldest Pillow to win this, he's going to have to work on his moving game because it's just not good enough. His run-out game is fine. And for Interchangex, he's just going to have to stop missing so many balls. I mean, I know he's got to be frustrated about what he's played today.
That's it, folks. Well done to Coldest Pillow. He goes through. Now let's have a look and see how that affects the bracket. Well, that's not the one I want. Why did that go to 9 ball? That's weird. You see that there? It went to 3 ball for some strange reason, hitting that link. Right, so Spectre Don's playing Acero, we know that. Bill is waiting on the result of Cobra and Albinario. Where's he's further down, isn't he? And goodness me, look at what we've got. We've got one Pocket Slim and Coldest Pillow in round 3. Quick look at the schedule. Now that we've finished that match, we've got LS3 and Sergeresh coming up at 7:30. What's the one lost side to 15? Yeah. So that's the one lost side match at 7:30 tonight. That could be very close.
That should be a good match. I think LS3 is probably the favorite.
She is probably the favorite, but like Sergeresh, if he's on his game, he'll give her a match. Then, of course, Albinario Cobra tomorrow night. I should be around if I get my dinner for that match with LS3. Then we've got Albinario Cobra tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And if Slim's around, he'll be doing that one. Larry and Polkabout are on Tuesday night. I'll be there for that. And Acero Spectre Dawn on Wednesday next week, not this week. I don't believe it is. It's next week, isn't it? So that's 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and I'll be around for that one as well. So that is it. Good luck to Interchangex. Oh, there's Stubb getting booted. And he wasn't even in the room. He just typed all noobs. Oh, that's harsh. He wasn't even in the room causing bother. Anyway, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back later. I'm off for dinner. Thanks to Steve for his company.
Thanks for streaming, Hugh.
You're welcome. Right, we will see you again later, folks. So take care. Enjoy your dinner if you're getting your dinner, or if you're elsewhere, get your breakfast or lunch or brunch. And enjoy. We'll see you soon.
Good night, guys.
Take care.